This video will show you how to add a basic table into a dashboard. First, select the Dashboards tab at the top. To create a brand new dashboard, select the New Dashboard option from the top menu. To edit an existing dashboard, find the dashboard that you want to edit, in this case the Sales Explore dashboard, and select Edit from the Dashboards menu. There are two ways to add a basic table into a dashboard. The first method is to first drag into the dashboard a blank table component. Find the table component in the component panel and drag it into the dashboard. You can now drag fields from the dataset into this blank table. Expand the dataset at the top of the component panel and drag the desired fields into the table to create the table columns. For example, we might add a date field, product name field, and a category field. Note that when you drag fields into the table, a green highlight indicates where the field will be placed. For example, if we drag the total field into the table, the green highlight now indicates that the total field, if dropped here, would be placed to the left of the date field. Whereas if we drop the total field here, it would be placed to the right of the date field, in between the date and the name columns. If we were to drop the total field here, it would replace the category column in the table. In this case, we'll drop the total field to the right of the category column. To resize a table, click on the table and drag on the resize handles. To resize the columns within a table, move the mouse over the column boundary and drag to resize the columns. Note that the column sizes can be changed arbitrarily, but the outer dimensions of the table always change in increments of the grid. In other words, we can place the right side of the table here, or we can place the right side of the table here, but not in between. The same is true for the height of the table, which always remains locked to the grid. To delete a table, as for any component, right-click on the table and select Remove, or simply press the Delete key on the keyboard. Another approach to adding a table is to add the entire dataset as a table. For example, if you want to create a table that contains all of the columns in this dataset, simply drag the entire dataset into the dashboard. This creates a table with all of the fields from the dataset. You can resize the table as desired and then delete the columns that you do not want. For example, to delete the reseller column, right-click on the column and select Delete Columns. You can also delete multiple columns at the same time. For example, to delete the paid column and the discount column, Control-click to select the two column headers, then right-click and select Delete Columns. Resize the table so that the columns display nicely without any leftover space. In order to make the table fit in the available space on the dashboard, we'll delete a couple of other columns, for example, the region and the category. To assign a title to the table, simply double-click in the title bar and enter the desired label. To change the order of columns in a table, simply click on the column and drag to the desired location. In this case, we can move the total column to the left of the quantity purchased column. To change the label of the column header, simply double-click on the column header and edit as desired. To change the alignment of the labels in the header, select the desired header or headers by Control-clicking or Shift-clicking, and then use the alignment buttons at the top to change the alignment. You can do the same for the data in any column whose alignment you want to change. For example, you might want to align the states to the center as well. To format the data in the table, you can use the buttons in the toolbar. For example, to format the total as a currency, select a value in the total column and press the currency style button. Align as desired. Or you can use the Format dialog box. For example, to format the dates with a particular style, right-click on any of the dates in the date column and select Format from the menu. On the Format tab of the Format dialog box, select the Date option and choose the desired date representation. For more information about formatting data, please see the other videos on formatting data. Note that from the Format dialog box, you also have complete control over the font, color, border, and alignment of the values in the table. The Format dialog box provides formatting options that are not found in the Format toolbar. Make any further changes to alignment, column width, and format to complete the layout of the table. As we discuss in more detail in the videos on formatting, you can format regions of the table by selecting a region, such as a data cell, or the title bar, or a column header, by using the formatting tools in the toolbar, or by using the options in the Format dialog box. However, unlike other components in a dashboard, a table also provides the concept of a table style, which is a unified formatting for the entire table. To apply a table style to a table, right-click on the table and select Properties. From the Table Styles panel at the bottom, choose the desired table style. Then press OK. The table style can include background colors, foreground colors, as well as font and alignment for the entire table. In some cases, you may want your table to be dynamically filtered by another component. For example, you might want this table to be filtered dynamically as the user moves the mouse over the chart, displaying only sales in the particular category that the user points at. This feature is called a flyover view, and it's easy to add. To use this table that we added as a flyover view for the chart, right-click on the chart and select Properties. In the flyover panel at the bottom, select Table View 1 as the target of the flyover view. Table View 1 is the name of the table that we added. If you want the flyover filtering to occur only when the user clicks a group on the chart, you can select the On-Click Only option here. Otherwise, the flyover filter will be applied when the user moves the mouse over a group on a chart, even without clicking. Press OK to save the flyover view. When the user now moves the mouse over groups on the chart, the table below will be filtered to display only the data pertaining to that particular group. In cases when you use dynamic filtering, it's often difficult to anticipate the length of the resulting table. Depending on how the table is filtered, it may contain fewer rows of data than are available in the table component. This would leave blank space within the table component. To avoid this, you can right-click on the table and select Properties. Under the Advanced tab in the Table Properties, there is an option to Shrink to Fit. This will allow the table component to collapse to display only the number of rows of data that are actually present in the table. Therefore, if the dynamic flyover filtering results in a table that has only 3 rows, the table will shrink to display only the 3 rows without any blank space. To export the data in a table, press the Export button at the top right corner of the table title bar. This will export the data into an Excel file. To sort the data in the table by a particular column, press the Sort button in the corresponding column header. For example, to sort the table by state in ascending order alphabetically, press the Sort Column button once, press it again to sort in descending order, and press a third time to return to the original unsorted order. If you want the table to be printed in its entirety when the user prints the dashboard, you'll need to configure a print layout for the dashboard. Please see the video for sizing the dashboard for different devices and for print.